Hi there, Mason Greenwood is still hoping he will be given a second chance by Manchester United, and he's doing his best to get in shape under the watchful eye of his father and manager, Andrew Greenwood. Watching Mason train, it's clear he's far from peak condition, but there's still that unmistakable way Greenwood strikes the ball. Many months before Mason was arrested and charged with attempted rape, charges since dropped, I was advised that the club were concerned about the youngster. Greenwood was still a teenager when the club were aware he lacked maturity, but he's now 21 years old, engaged to be married, and he's the father of a young child. What's clear is that his family are now doing their best to protect their asset. When I spoke to his father Andrew while filming Mason training, his only request was not to film his grandchild. That of course was never my intention. At that point, I hadn't even realised Greenwood's baby was there. Mason and his girlfriend, Harriet Robson, announced the birth of their first child last month. Meantime, what does concern me about Mason Greenwood is that by remaining on the books at Manchester United, he will damage the club's reputation. Whatever the legal system has decided, what was shared in the public domain can't be unheard. I also think the football club will find it impossible to stand by Greenwood without alienating members of our women's team. It's also clear that Mason Greenwood has surrounded himself with some rather unsavoury characters. I was personally threatened with violence by members of his entourage for daring to film Mason kicking a football. If you weren't surrounded by witnesses, we would rip that camera out of your hand and destroy your equipment, was the menacing threat. For some reason, the thug that made that statement believed I was going to sell my footage to the Sun newspaper. But as I told him, that is the last thing I would ever do, because I detest the way that tabloid in particular manipulates any narrative. Truth is, Greenwood's entourage never asked me who I was or what I was going to do with the footage. There was no justification to be so hostile. Any member of the public could have seen what I filmed. This was a publicly accessible venue with no security, well away from Manchester United Football Club. My guess is that sometime soon we'll see an exclusive magazine photo shoot of Greenwood's newborn baby. And it's the value of that transaction they were protecting, not me filming Mason Greenwood kicking a football. Whatever happens next, my loyalty is to the football club I support, and no player is bigger than Manchester United. Observing how Mason Greenwood looks in training is very much in the public interest, and as a filmmaker I won't be censored. There's no question that whether or not he's allowed to return to the Manchester United team is a dilemma that transcends football. Personally, I don't feel comfortable with Mason Greenwood ever wearing the famous red shirt again. No matter how good a footballer he may still be, and there's no question his natural ability is immense, or at least it was before his career was put on hold. Equally, I don't think Mason Greenwood should be denied the right to play football. I just think for the good of all concerned, including his young family, he should be moved on. Ideally, Greenwood will be sold or released, but I do suspect that for financial reasons he'll be sent out on loan. Greenwood has not played for Manchester United since January of last year, and he's under contract until 2025. The new season kicks off this weekend with United's opening match against Wolverhampton Wanderers on Monday night. But we're still waiting for the football club to announce what they've decided to do with Mason Greenwood. Whatever they decide, the controversy surrounding the 21-year-old footballer will not disappear anytime soon.